Mass deportations? Curtailing press freedoms? Aggressive foreign policy maneuvers? Or just putting America first? Welcome to today's free discourse video. Today, we'll delve into what we've seen so far of Donald Trump's 2025 policy platform. It's clear that Trump has shifted his focus back to immigration, a cornerstone of his 2016 presidential bid, and aims to revitalize the economy, echoing the low inflation era of his initial term. The immigration agenda takes center stage, with plans to complete the border wall and enact stringent deportation measures. He's keen to be seen to address concerns over illegal immigration and border security. Simultaneously, Trump aims to rejuvenate the economy, promising to bring inflation down and stimulate growth through tax reforms, tariff adjustments, and energy policies favoring fossil fuel production. But it's clear that his vision for America encompasses a broad spectrum of issues alongside immigration and the economy, such as energy, education, foreign policy, and governmental reform. Looking at energy and the environment, Trump advocates for deregulation and increased domestic energy production. Through tax breaks for fossil fuel companies and withdrawal from climate agreements, Trump aims to prioritize energy independence and economic growth. His educational and cultural policies are also worth considering. From calls to close the Department of Education to initiatives promoting patriotic education, Trump's proposals reflect his stance on education reform and cultural values. Examining Trump's approach to justice and foreign policy, he's clearly taking a hard line in addressing crime, combating drug trafficking, and re-evaluating international alliances. Trump's vision for government reform and accountability also warrants scrutiny. With proposals to overhaul federal agencies and combat perceived deep state influence, Trump seeks to reshape the bureaucracy and restore public trust. So it seems clear that Trump's 2024 campaign will feature a comprehensive range of policies, spanning immigration, the economy, education, justice, and foreign policy. But what will the public in both the USA and across the world think of this? At the Free Discourse channel, we value the views of everyone, and not just news anchors and journalists, and hope that our videos help you to formulate your own views. So, let's think about what views the public are likely to hold on the matter. We all know that opinions on the potential consequences of a Trump re-election vary. Supporters of Trump will express optimism about his leadership, pointing to his promises to drain the swamp and revitalize the economy. They believe that Trump's unorthodox approach and willingness to challenge established norms are precisely what the country needs to shake up the political establishment and address pressing issues such as immigration and trade. For them, Trump represents a beacon of hope for a more robust and assertive America on the global stage. On the other hand, critics of Trump will view his potential re-election with deep apprehension, warning of the erosion of democratic norms and the consolidation of authoritarian power. They point to Trump's divisive rhetoric, attacks on democratic institutions, and disregard for political norms as evidence of his authoritarian tendencies. Concerns about his temperament and erratic behavior will fuel fears of further destabilization both domestically and internationally. Some might even argue that a second term for Trump would pose an existential threat to American democracy and the rule of law. But alongside these polarized views, there's probably also a segment of the electorate which is deeply disillusioned with both major parties and skeptical of the political process altogether. This group will see Trump's potential re-election as a symptom of broader systemic issues within American politics, including a lack of viable alternatives and a failure to address the needs of ordinary citizens. While they may not support Trump personally, they will harbor doubts about the effectiveness and integrity of the political establishment as a whole, leading to a sense of resignation or disengagement from the electoral process. So, in contemplating the potential outcomes of a Trump re-election, we find ourselves confronted with starkly contrasting viewpoints. On one side, there are those who see Trump as a catalyst for much-needed change, heralding his promises to shake up the political establishment and revitalize the economy. They would argue that his unorthodox approach is precisely what the country needs to address pressing issues. Conversely, there are those who view Trump's potential second term with deep apprehension, fearing the erosion of democratic norms and the consolidation of authoritarian power under his leadership. They will see his behavior and rhetoric as a threat to American democracy and stability. But there remains a segment of the electorate disillusioned with both major parties, skeptical of the political process, and yearning for genuine reform. They will question the effectiveness and integrity of the political establishment, expressing a sense of resignation or disengagement from the electoral process altogether. So, what do you think? Which vision of America do you find more compelling? Do you align with those who see Trump as a force for positive change, or do you share the concerns of those who fear the erosion of democratic norms under his leadership? I hope this free discourse video has helped you to understand this topic more clearly. If so, don't forget to like the video and consider subscribing for regular updates on the most important of world affairs.